Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Learning Guild. Today we have a great webinar for you. Online skills development. Hello, empathy, a Zurich success story, and it's being sponsored today by ELB Learning. Our presenters today are Agata Mios, the change
Hello.
manager. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she said hello. Our presenter today, Agata Mios, change management lead at Zurich Insurance Group, and Francisco DeAndres, managing partner at ADITIO. Agata is an accomplished change manager with extensive experience in leading organizational transformation initiatives. Agata has been instrumental in driving cultural change towards a more empathetic workplace. Agata holds an executive MBA in business administration and management from OBS Business School and a Master of Science in civil engineering from Politechnika Gdanska. She is also a certified HCM BOK 3G practitioner from the Human Change Management Institute and PRASI certified change practitioner. Francisco is an L&D professional with a broad experience in helping corporations, particularly in the finance vertical, develop their human resources in order to achieve strategic and business goals with a human-centric focus aimed to improve the work-life balance of the people. Francisco is an economist from the University of Barcelona and holds several postgraduate degrees in financial subjects. He is also a University of Barcelona Associated Professor of International Finance. And with that, I'm turning things over to Agata and Francisco. And Agata, when you're ready, go ahead and start screen sharing.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, Karen.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Agata.
So we'll get that screen sharing up in just a moment, and you're going to be in for a treat from both of our well-qualified presenters here. Here we are. We can see your screen and your slides. I'm going to go off camera, but I'm here in case anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Karen. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today with us. I am Francisco Andres. I am managing partner of ADITIO, a Spanish e-learning service provider specializing in tailor-made online programs for our clients. We basically work for big corporations, most of them early adopters, as in this case of Zurich, which are happy to use new technologies in order to improve the user experience and, of course, the results. In this sense, we are privileged to be partners of ELB Learning, so we can use their state-of-the-art e-learning technologies to service our clients. It is a pleasure for me to introduce you Agata Mios, Zurich Insurance Change Management Lead. Thank you very much, Agata, for being here with us today, and for sharing this amazing soft skills online training program, Hello Empathy, which was awarded with the 2023 Special Award from the Spanish Change Management Institute. Agata?
Hello, thank you, Francisco, for the introduction. I'm really delighted to be here today and share with all of you our experience in cultural change through our exciting and emotional project, Hello Empathy. But before going into the details of the project, I would like to share with you some words and facts about Zurich itself. We operate in the US, so maybe some of you knows us. Zurich is a leading multi-line insurer, and we serve in more than 200 countries and have about 60,000 employees all over the world. We were founded 150 years ago, and we are trying to transform insurance. In addition to provide insurance protection, we are offering prevention such as promote well-being or enhance climate resilience. Our project that we will be talking about today was implemented in the Spanish part of the group, that's Zurich, Spain. We operate in Spain for 130 years now, and we have nearly 2,000 employees and 1.5 million customers. we, in addition to be consolidated leading company, we also we have some most reputable certification in the market in the field of work-life balance, and as well we were recognized during 17 consecutive years as a top employer in Spain. But before getting into our project, Hello Empathy, I would like to ask the audience if you can please tell us how empathy is important in your businesses, and how do you factor empathy in your learning approaches. Please use the chat to write your answers. I will be happy to read you.
Let me see the responses coming in.
Oh, as someone is a teacher on a class of empathic listening. Interesting.
So we
Very
interleave the topic in their leadership and soft skills training. Empathy and customer service is a key differentiator. Empathy fosters trusting relationship among teams. It is imperative to foster a safe workplace. Even more important in a hybrid environment. So a lot of good answers. And I'm reading those for our people who will be watching the recording.
Great. Thank you very much for your answers here.
very, very interesting indeed. Agatha, Zurich Insurance is a top insurance company, and therefore your levels of efficiency are and were very high even before Hello Empathy. What is that you wanted to achieve by means of this online program?
Yes, as I've mentioned already, we are very focused on well-being, and not just well-being of our customers, but as well on well-being of our employees. So what we were looking for is a solution to improve well-being of our front teams, and reduce the stress and the impact of difficult conversation. At the end of the day, we are the insurance company, so people normally, when they call us, they have a problem. And of course, we wanted to positively impact as well the experience of our customer and the intermediaries, and increase the satisfaction by improving transactional net promoter score. But we were seeking to develop something different, to develop some real true power skills, not just to create some another training. We wanted to change people's behaviors, habits, and the way of working. So Hello Empathy was born to stay with us for the whole strategic cycle and implement cultural change, gradually making us an even more empathetic team towards our teammates and towards our customers.
Well, like I said, we cannot say you're not up to big challenges, right? Improving both empathy with clients and within teams, starting from a very good level, and with many employees with several years of experience, is not exactly an easy task, especially considering you wanted the program delivered online. How did you approach the design of the program in order to achieve the desired results?
Yes, it's not very easy, as you said. First of all, I have to share with you that we really strongly believe that empathy is the most important and a value that we can offer nowadays to our customers. We live in so digitalized and automated worlds. So when the client finally reached another person on the other side, on the phone or on the chat, they really need to find this human connection and someone that could understand their real needs and problems. Of course, as you said, we have faced a lot of significant challenges to do that, because we wanted to impact the habits of our teams, but we couldn't affect our level of service. At the end of the day, if even we are very empathetic and we don't pick up the phone from our customers, we won't get the results that we wanted. Another big challenge was to how to translate this impact in our teams towards our clients, and how to how to explain to the teams that had long-standing relationships with our customers, and that maybe are working on the contact centers for 15 years now or even more, that we could really create something that will add a significant value to their experiences. And of course, the last but not the least, I would say the crucial thing is to find a supplier that would understand our vision, that would share our similar work culture, could be flexible enough and adapt to all our needs, and help us to create really tailored solution, and with a good tool. And it is how we found ADITIO with their online tool that would help us to adapt to our time schedules and to be able to maintain the service as we need it.
Thank you. In fact, for us, and particularly for our soft skill team, it's been a real pleasure helping you out, Agatha, and your team prepare the program, which started by its strategic part, the core of Hello Empathy, right? Please tell us about this strategic side of the program.
Yes, as we are talking about the cultural change, so we had to act on the different levels and with different actions. So we divided our project into three major blocks. Yes, the tactical, the strategic, and the group plan. The main part and the part that we started with was the strategic. Mentoring, individual and group mentoring program, online program. It is focused on, how to recognize and manage our emotions, and how to take care about ourselves. So how to so then be prepared to recognize and manage the emotions of our clients. The whole program was designed for 2 months and divided in 5 different blocks. In each block, all the employees had this individual mentoring, one-to-one mentoring, online mentoring, so that they could develop their habits and change their day-to-day, the way of working. But as I said, it was the program with a big impact, so we couldn't do it at the same time for all the employees. So in the meanwhile, we were developing, some additional actions that would elevate this empathy atmosphere in the company. We have some short video appeals for everyone that they could use from the first moment in the work. We have our empathy podcasts, few contests, empathy webinars, and we have changed the whole quality monitoring system to include all the our needs and concerns and everything that we were developing in the program. And in the meanwhile, when we have expressed our concern and focus in empathy, we discovered that the group, the Zurich group, was also trying to put focus on empathy. on the world level. So we were asked to join their creation team, and we have helped them to develop an empathy program for the whole group. And for us, it was a great solution because we could do another training totally complementary to what we had in Spain, and much shorter, and that we could involve more employees, and not just front employees in Spain.
Excellent, excellent. Agatha, the key feature of the strategic part of Hello Empathy is the online individual mentoring, which is delivered by means of the ELB Learning Rehearsal platform. But you wanted this mentoring to be as much close as possible to people's real needs. What did you do to achieve this, Agatha?
Yes, that's correct. Everything that you said is correct. And having a right tool is crucial, and it's a really good tool that we fall in love right away when you have introduced it to us. But it's not enough to deliver the impactful program for our teams. We spent a really a bunch of hours on workshops, meetings to prepare a tailored program for our teams. We needed to understand exactly all the needs and how they work on daily basis, what their are problems and challenges, and not just and also all the our mentors had to understand it as well. We have involved our employees in developing the solution, so they could feel the solution is really for them. Is how we ended up with this 8-hour mentoring spread across 5 modules. Those were 5 different topics, starting with this emotional well-being in the first module. And during 2 months, each module was introduced by a webinar where we were talking about all the most important aspects that we will be doing during the mentoring, and as well doing some groupal mentoring and coaching, and doing some exercises and in the webinar. And then afterwards, all the mentees had to enter the online platform powered by ELB Learning Rehearsal video practice, and had this one-to-one experience with their mentor in totally secure and private online space. As I said, our focus at the beginning was to improve our emotional well-being, and we discovered that as well as like a side effect, we have improved as well the communication skills, because at the beginning people were not so keen to record the video and to speak with their mentor with videos, but after a few exercises, all of them were doing great, and they were really very happy with the tool. So in each scenario, in each module, they had to enter to see the video from their mentor and respond some questions or problems and or their experiences, and afterwards wait for the answer of their mentor and to see what they should be trying to change in their behaviors and in their habits. And we were really surprised that this online tool enabled us to create so close relationships, the relationship between mentor and mentee. The testimonies of all our mentees were really great. They were really happy, and they they felt really very comfortable with their mentors, and they created like long-lasting relationship after those 2 months.
Great, great. From what you tell us, Agatha, the key to success has been combining a scalable and very easy to use tool, which is ELB Rehearsal, along with careful prior research to prepare the different scenarios proposed by the mentors. How does this translate into results? Can you tell us what results you have obtained so far?
Yes, so the result of the mentoring program itself exceeded our expectations. We impacted not only TNPs, but also lives of our people who participated. And all the satisfaction from the program was almost 4.6 over 5. And what makes us happy, what makes us very happy, our employee satisfaction survey that we have annually reached its historical data in customer services team. They were happier than ever in their teams. And we have impacted now, I would say, 1,500 collaborators. It's the data is a little bit previous to that, and of course we have also impacted over 400,000 customers. As you have already said, our project was awarded a special award of Spanish Change Management Institute. They recognized our project as top change, cultural change management project. And what we were looking for, the improvement of transactional net promoter score. As we have already mentioned before, we were starting on very, very high level, but we have improved in all the teams that were participating in Hello Empathy, 3.2 percentile points, which is a really great result. And as well, the TNPS on contact center services has reached its historical results 2 years in a row, in 2023, and in 2024 it was even higher. And as well, everyone was talking about this program. Everyone was loving it so much, so we had to develop its versions to another teams, which are not the front teams. So we have like 3 different versions of the program already, and now maybe it's new for you, Francisco, but we are already working on another version for another teams. So it's still going on, and we are really happy with our results.
Excellent, thank you. I know there are some questions here. Maybe we can try to answer them. Karen,
Perfect.
Jennifer.
I'm not seeing any questions wait, there's a couple here. Sorry. How do you measure the increase in empathy in staff?
Yes, it's not a really easy task. So as I said, sorry, I will just change. We have changed the quality measure system when we are checking on all the connections with our client. We have changed the metrics to be able to measure in all the connections their relationship and how they are talk to our clients, and as well the overall satisfaction of our clients as well is quite a good measure.
Okay, thank you. And then what topics did the mentors cover besides emotional intelligence?
There were it was like the whole journey when we talk to a person. Yeah, the initial part, how to start the conversation, and uh, how to recognize the needs and the emotional state of the customer. Then during the conversation, how to listen effectively, as well how to deal with difficult conversation, or how to give the bad news in the empathetic way that the client could understand that and not be so upset, and as well how to end the conversation to give this the best impression at the end of the conversation.
All right, thank you for that. And then, how did you actually determine you need this empathy program? How did you make that assessment?
We have our quality programs during every year in the company, and we were seeing that we do it quite well in the operational and in all the operations. And what we were seeing that every time the people that work a lot of years on the same position, like we're acting a little bit with, I wouldn't say like robots, but answering with, like the pre-established answers. And we wanted them to, like refocus this way of working, and to adapt really to every client, and to have this time to reflect and on how to improve and adapt our relation to our relationship with each customer.
All right, so that's a great response. We have another question here. Let me get to it. How can the program care for the teacher's well-being?
For the teacher's well-being?
Yes, for the teacher's well-being.
For our mentors.
I would assume that's the question.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you make sure that they were okay?
This part maybe should Francisco answer, because the mentors are from ADITIO. But we work, our mentors are, like have really long experience in working as a mentor. And for example, one of them practice mindfulness every day. So, and it was like one of the practices that they were sharing with all the mentees as well, to try to find, the way to relax and to find their well-being. But one of the mentors was focusing on mindfulness and yoga.
Okay, mindfulness and yoga. So that's wonderful. Kelly here says this is very impressive. She'd like to know, or he would like to know, how did you manage feedback ideas for improvements from the very large target audience that you have, and what does ongoing maintenance look like?
Okay, so at the beginning, as I said, we had a lot of workshops, and we were working with some selected people from all the teams, and of course, as well with their supervisors. And afterwards, during the program, we have asked all the participants on our program, and we were improving from this is I think we are on the sixth version of our program now, and we were improving it from program to program, adding some exercises, or changing the time of webinars, or including some a written conversation as well. And the program is like alive, and we are changing it constantly.
All right, I think that answers the question, and I don't see any other questions right now. So,
sorry, Karen, there is a very interesting observation by Shanna Dudley. She says, I lead two different phases of a mentoring program. at our organization, but having the mentors, mentees meet asynchronously had never crossed my mind. Um, yes, I thought that never crossed Agatha's mind until she asked us how could we help with this project she has in mind, and then we showed her Rehearsal, ELB asynchronous mentoring tool, and in our view, we're very grateful to Agatha to trust us. We did a pilot, and then we did the focus groups and all the prior work to put together the assignments according to the targets and the objectives we want to achieve. But in all sincerity, this asynchronous methodology is great because there's no need to appointments. The mentees can answer the tutor when they have time at the break or in the afternoon or wherever. And the mentor is going to answer them by video as well the very same day, maximum next day, depending upon the moment the mentee is getting the answer by video. And what is really striking is the fact that without ever being synchronously talking, mentor and mentee, the relationship they built together is like they have met in person. But in fact, they've never done that. It's always been asynchronous. So we're very grateful to Agatha to let us do that pilot to check the tool to see that it is really very, very useful. I don't know, Agatha, if you have any other thought regarding
Yeah.
the installation of Shanna.
Yeah, I would say that as I said, we wanted to to change habits. So we knew we needed something like mentoring, coaching, or whatever. But then, whenever we talked with the managers, we knew we are not able to establish strict schedules on when, where they should meet. So we had these needs, and we knew that mentoring, just one-to-one mentoring, wouldn't be possible. And so when we heard about this tool, we didn't know if it would work or not, but we said, okay, this is our chance. We have no other option. If we want to do something impactful and we want to do it with mentors, uh, this is our chance. And that's why we did the pilot version in 2023. It was in April. And as you can see, it went really well because we are in 2025 and we are just starting the next week the sixth version of our program. And it won't be the last. We thought it will, but it won't. So for the in the autumn we will have another one. So it was like taking a chance, and it worked, and it worked very well. So we are really very happy, but we didn't know what result we will have. Sometimes you need to risk, and it was worth risking.
Yep. Well, I want to sincerely thank you very much, Agatha, for sharing today this amazing Zurich Insurance Soft Skills online learning program. We are very grateful you counted on ADITIO to help design and deliver it. And to be honest, we enjoyed a lot working with you and your team, and we're still enjoying it because it is not over yet. Thank you very much. But before going to the Q&A, I'd like to ask you a question. Um, why do you think it is important for companies to develop interpersonal or soft skills of their people?
Mm-hmm. Okay, as you could hear already, I think the soft skills are important. But before answering, I would like to ask the audience. So use the chat and just answer the question. Why do you think it's important for the companies to develop soft skills on their people? In the meanwhile, you are answering. Someone asked how often meet mentee and mentor online. So meanwhile, I'll be answering this question. It depends on the model. We had in some models it was like 2.5 hours in 2 or 3 weeks, and in the others it was like 1.5 hours in 2 weeks. So it was maybe every 2 days for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It depended on the questions or on the mentee. But more or less in 2-3 weeks, it was 2 hours and a half and 2 or 1 hour and a half, depending on the model. So every 2-3 days.
Mm-hmm. There's some
And
real
then,
interesting answers here.
oh, and some other questions have come in. How do you make sure the skill sets and sustainability are present after the program?
Mm-hmm. As I said, our quality monitoring program was changed completely to measure it. So we are still measuring it, and we have changed as well our onboarding for the new employees that are coming. And the focus on empathy is in all the teams and all the time, and in our quality program. In addition, I can tell that we are planning another action for this year, not just measuring, but also reminding some of the most important parts of the program, as well with ADITIO, with another tool of their tools. We will see if it works or not, and I will be able to share it next year. But it will be as well like reminding the most important things from our program, and they will be able to see once again their mentors on the short videos, so to reinforce as well once more all the learnings from the program. So we will see how it works and what result it gives, and I will be happy to share it with you next year maybe.
Really, really very interesting contributions. There is one in particular that caught my eye by April Antonio. As he says, people don't want to do business with machines as AI advances the need for communication management and soft skills. I call them essential skills will be even more important. Never ever have heard these essential skills, and I can agree more with April. I mean, these are essential skills, and in fact, the relationship among humans is the key within teams and with customers and other stakeholders. So, yeah, I mean, essential skills. That's something I will remember because, indeed, I believe these are essential skills. What do you think, Agatha?
Yes, I can't agree more, and I will just answer as well your question. There are some investigation. I think it was from Harvard University that our success depends on 80% of our soft skills and not technical skills, and it's like the basic knowledge. I would even say it's not easy to do I don't know, the MBA or another studies without this soft skills, having the soft skills before or developing those soft skills meanwhile. So the technical skills are very important, but if you can't share with other what you can't express yourself, you can't sell what your ideas to another people, it won't mean anything. So in addition, we can improve the collaboration between teams, which is what we noticed as well with the program, that the collaboration between different front teams increased, and it's better. we can enhance, of course, leadership and decision making. There are a lot of soft skills. So, of course, the better customer relationship with empathy and another soft skills. And but as well adaptability to change, which is really very important nowadays, and increased innovation, which is also crucial in our companies. And by all of that, have this higher employee engagement and retention, which is not very easy task in the companies now. Especially in Europe, I don't know how it's in US, but in Europe, really finding talents that will stay in your company is really very, very tough task. And I would say those are like, the most important things and competitive advantages of the company.
And some other questions have come in, Agata. So how many people are on your implementation team and on your maintenance team?
Okay, so implementation team, our core team, you have to remember that we are like 2,000 employees, and the program was focused on the front teams, which are less than 500 people. So you don't expect a lot of people, because we were like from our side, we were 3 people on the core team in the development phase. Of course, as I said, workshops and everything, there were more people involved at the beginning, but the core team, we were 3, and now we are 2. And what is the maintenance on the other side, it depends on ADITIO, of course, because we have worked with 4 mentors during all the programs. And of course, there is a bunch of technical people maintaining the tool, but I'm not aware exactly how many people are there. But what is the maintenance from our side? We are 2 persons.
All right. So a very slim team, just 2 people running this whole wonderful program, which is amazing. Another question. How many mentees did each mentor have assigned? Were there people who chose not to participate? And if so, why? And what did you do with them?
Okay. So there are a few questions.
Yes.
We had like between 15 and 25 mentees per mentor, more or less. It depended on the when we did it and how many participants were there in each program. And yes, we have this. This is not a mandatory program. It's highly recommended, but it's not mandatory. And there are some people that didn't want to do it, or even there are very few, but there are people that in the first module they just decided not to proceed with the program. And the main, I would say, barrier was this video recording, which at the end was not such a big problem, because, as I said, everyone finally did it. And there were some mentees that at the beginning didn't put their camera on, whatever, but at the end everyone was very happy with this tool. But there were some people that didn't want to start it because of that, and some of them said that the workload is too high and they want spend their time to be more empathetic. But there are not so many people, so we are really quite delighted with the numbers that we have, because we have already realized did the program for 300 people, and we have another 60 or something like that prepared to do it. So the numbers are very satisfying, and just maybe 10 people said clearly they don't want to do it. So it's not such a big percentage of participants.
All right, so I think that answers all of the questions so far. Does anyone have any additional questions or comments or anything you'd like to chat about in regards to this wonderful program?
If I may, Karen,
Yeah,
I'd like to
please.
pose Agatha a last question from my side before the Q&A, if I may.
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Okay, okay. This is directly related to this event and the successful Zurich case study that Agatha have just presented. And the question is, why do you think, Agatha, it is so hard for learning managers to embrace new online technologies to develop soft skills instead of doing it by means of face-to-face training or mentoring, which is the traditional way to doing it?
Yes, it's challenging. I think learning managers or all the managers, like they are used to think that the soft skills had to be delivered or practiced always on face-to-face trainings. I think it's like historically we were doing that this way, so this is how it's working. So they have the proofs how it works, and it's always difficult, to innovate and to bring on some new solutions. From our point of view, of course, now it won't be so hard anymore because we proved that it works. But I can understand that in other companies, nobody will take this risk. Sometimes like in change management, where we have a necessity to do something and we are not able to use the tools that we used to, you have no other options. This is the best way of convincing, because it was or doing nothing or doing it this way. And or maybe not doing nothing, but doing just like, empathy training. Let's meet 2 hours and then change the world. It's not like that. All the soft skills you need to practice, and I'm really fun on mentoring, and of course one face-to-face mentoring is great, but if you can't do it, then just look for the solution. So maybe the other thing could be that there is no, so there is a lack of familiarity on with technologies on the companies. I think it's not such a big problem nowadays, especially in big companies, but it could be still a problem if in smaller companies. Or we are thinking always on the online programs like please click here, see the video, and read this note. And of course, then the challenge with engagement is a huge challenge. But here they are talking with another person that talks that not with pre-established videos, but they are talking like, Francisco, so tell me, when you talk with your colleagues or whatever, or in this conversation that you mentioned in your video before, how did you deal with your program? They are talking to you, this is just for you. It's not a general solution. So the engagement is really high, and but the challenges in for online trainings for engagement can be difficult, and of course measuring the outcomes, that was for us challenging as well. And there were a lot of questions about that, how to measure, because those are soft skills, online program, everything that is complicates measuring a lot. So it could be another factor that managers will use as a argument for not doing that, or a lack of cultural lack of this online training culture, or a lot of programs, online programs, are not tailored programs, and that changes a lot. This program is for us. It's Zurich, Spain. It's not even Zurich. Globally, it's not your companies, it's Zurich, Spain, and we focused on our problems, our conversation, our customers, and that changes a lot. So another online trainings, not all of them are made for you, are not tailored for you. So investing in this change, or investing in this risk, could be another argument for not doing it. But sometimes, not sometimes, always, to succeed you have to take risks. So this time it went great, so we are very happy.
That is great. So a couple of questions have come in, and I just want to point out the case study link was dropped in chat, as well as the link to the product Rehearsal that we've heard about during this webinar, and there is a link to that particular product in the chat if you want to check that out. So a question came about of what did you use to create the program content? Did you use books, websites, your own research, etc.?
There were so many things. I have to admit that I did a lot of online courses on empathy before starting thinking on what is could be interesting for us. I did a lot of them. There were like trainings for 30-minute empathy, 2 hours empathy. And I was just, making my ideas on everything that I thought would be interesting. But then with the workshops, working as well with the mentors that focused a lot on well-being and everything was finding its place in this puzzle. And of course, the experience of ADITIO in soft skills development and empathy as well before, just everything clicked. And as I said, from the pilot version to this version, we have changed a lot of things because we saw, it would be better for us. Finally, we should put as well this type of conversation, or as well emails, or and this example wasn't the best. We will use another one. So those are so many things before getting this final result.
Okay, so lots of information, lots of your own personal research. So that's good to know. Another question. So it's one thing for a participant to go through the mentor-mentee program and participate, but how do you convince the mentee to put what they've learned into practice? Is it just checking the data or quality metrics, or something else?
Of course, this is as well the job of our mentor to see if they are putting it into practice. That is why the program is not, 1 week intensive course, just 2 months of relationship with mentor, so he can observe if whatever they have learned before is put into practice. And this is like the first step. That is why it's so important. It's not just a training. It's like a journey for 2 months. We even wanted to do it a larger journey, but they said no. So we found that 2 months was okay for our manager. So this was the first step. and of course our quality metrics that we have. We can check with yes, no, and points all the most important learnings from our program in the quality metrics. We don't hear you.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
there we go. I muted myself. I don't see any other questions from the participants here. Francisco, do you have anything last to ask Agata, or any final comments?
Just thank you, the Learning Guild, for inviting us. Also, of course, Agata, which made a brilliant presentation as always, and her trust in ADITIO and in ELB with this definitely disrupting technology, which allows to reach out to a lot of people in a very scalable and efficient way, and getting results which are even better than face-to-face, as we've seen in this particular project. So thank you very much to all of you, and we are just open to any kind of further information you may need, of course, with pleasure.
All right. Well, I believe that has been a great a bit of time for sharing with us all this great stuff that you've done in terms of empathy, the online skills develop. Hello, empathy, a Zurich success story, and it does seem to be quite the success story. You've given a lot of people some great information, a lot of aha moments in this webinar. So we thank you very much for doing that. And of course, this webinar was sponsored by ELB Learning. And we again thank our presenters, Agata Miłosz and Francisco de Andres, for presenting and sharing their case study with us. And those case study links are in chat. And we thank you so much for bringing us this story and telling us of your experience. Thanks so much.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much for the invitation.
Thank you.
And I will wish everyone a great rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.